Hey, Mom. So you guys didn't work for the paper, but you and Mel helped out quite a bit.
Well, yeah, and in the beginning, just because we were young and we were in school, now years later, after she had purchased the Courier, so the newspaper became the Times Courier. I worked in the advertising department full time for a lot of years. Really enjoyed it. It's fun.
When did she finally beat that other paper out?
I don't remember the year, but I think she went a couple years with two newspapers in town, and the community really liked the idea of the morning paper. I think was the biggest thing, and of course, focusing on local news.
Yeah. Were there ever some, I guess, juicy stories or anything she had to cover and be gone for or anything like that?
Oh, there were a lot. Mostly it was the day-to-day stuff, but there was a murder of a whole family, several kids. One I remember, and I was in high school at the time, and that was just sort of it got national media coverage, and so she was kind of in the loop of all the other news people that had come to town to cover it. That was a big one. But mostly it was kind of just the day-to-day news.
Cool. And do you want to read some of that stuff?
Yeah, and then you can take out what you don't want.
Sure.
Job as publisher. This is something that my mother had just written down one day, scrappy little bits, minute-by-minute account. 6 o'clock a.m., rain, head under covers. 6:29, go to kitchen. 6:30, wet newspaper call. Mrs. Bonds, her husband, his heart, etc. One leg, exclamation mark, making coffee. A wet paper call, we would get them all the time in the morning if the paper was wet, or if it came after 7 a.m. So we were taught phone manners very early on. Of course, they didn't call the paper office because they knew Betty, so they'd just call her and give her a piece of their mind. 6:40, minister calls about bathing beauty. They probably had a picture of some beauty contest. 7 a.m., paper arrives. See picture, groan, laugh at errors. Laugh a lot. 7:45, call Louise. She was the secretary. Clean coffee cups, pick up donuts. 8 a.m., keep appointment with 4 ministers about church page. Picture of beauty queen enters conversation. 9 a.m., Mrs. Smith wants a new door. I think Mrs. Smith's door was hit by a newspaper thrown at it. 9:05, water in basement, call plumber. 9:10, friend and wife in about young son. And his picture hadn't been in the paper enough, even though he had done all these things in Little League, and he was on the honor roll, and then my mother says no, so she must have called to find out he wasn't really. 9:55, one of the advertisers calls about an error in the ad. 10 a.m., start on edit and mail, flurry of letter writers. 10:02, new girl wants a raise. Friend at GE makes $6.30, laid off. 10:10, back to work. 10:15, plumber says new sump pump needed. Dirty boots on beige carpet. 10:20, phone call, angry unwed mother wants father's name in paper. 10:22, back to mail and edit page. 10:40, 2 state candidates in, sweet fellows. 10:35, shoplifter stole locker meat. 11:45, call police to get story. She had busy days. Noon, lunch with swell advertisers. Talk about rate increase. 1 p.m., back to work. 1:10, phone call about so many typos. Try to laugh. 1:15, shoplifter calls back. Says he has a lawyer ready to sue. 1:30, policeman in. Tickets to Bald Knobbers, $50. 1:35, write a check for $50. 2 o'clock, back to work. 2:05, Mrs. Bong called again. Where's her paper? I forgot to get it. 2:15, man wants money back for an ad because no one called. He paid $2 for the ad. He was selling a black and white TV for $100 that needs some repair. 2:30, back to work. Closed door to office, no phone calls. 3 o'clock, say hello to night people, staff meeting. The night people is the main crew that comes in to get the paper ready for the next day. Talk about the beauty queen pictures. 3:30, someone likes editorial. Keep him on phone till 3:45. 3:45, Little League mothering complains about sports writer. 4 o'clock, locked doors, say hello to Jane and goodbye. 4:05, Chief Johnson calls, night drivers whooping it up. Those are the guys that would take the papers around and drop them for the paper boys. 4:17, call driver, relieve him of job. 4:20, call circulation manager, remind him about language. Payday. 4:25, check time cards and sign. 4:50, go to car, take off parking ticket. 5 o'clock, I like this part. Aisle 1, Mrs. Elson, paperboy's manners. Aisle 2, Mr. Ward says he will not pay for Mrs. Smith's door. 3, Monsignor, I won't say his name, about the picture of the bathing suit beauty. Aisle 4, Meat Man, ridiculous, rolls eyes, buy meat, 5:30, check out. Manager calls me in at the newspaper. Rate raise, ridiculous, he says. 6 p.m., home. 6:15, start to put away groceries. 6:20, husband suggests eat out. 7 o'clock, home. Knock cat off counter, belch Big Mac. 7:30, shower in PJs. Rain, bingo, sleep. 10:30, night editor calls. Computers down, lightning. Dial a prayer, 345-4141. We will be late. 10:45, call circulation manager, remind him of language. 4 a.m., 2 honks, I don't know what that means, made it again. 4:02 a.m., Lord, thanks for a nearly perfect day.